You write Lleyzi?
Did I?
I know.
Oh, not me. That's alright. I'm sure I got it. I thought you meant on my stream for a second. I was like, shit, I'm going to end it and start it again. I swear I spelt your name right. I'm going to double check. Doubting myself. Close that. Bring up my channel.
You have a 3.9, Taga?
Pardon?
You have a 3.9.
3.9, yeah. 3.95.
Right, I am live. I'm going to share the stream and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'll just give you a sec to get a couple more people in the stream and then...
Yeah, I'm just going to talk to YouTube for just a second. People that tune in later, but we have Tagapiou versus Lleyzi. It is going to be a very intense battle. I'm struggling with who to root for. Both are members of Pros, although Lleyzi is rocking the Nova tag at the moment. Just taking it a little easier for the next little while. But these are both my Pros brothers. I do spend a little bit more time in the parties with Tagger, so obviously I do wish him all the best, but I do not want to see Lleyzi doing himself any embarrassments either. I want him to come away proud, to see everybody do their all.
I'll be giving it my all, but I hope Lleyzi will as well. And
yeah, I'm expecting a very, very good battle.
there's two races I hope I can secure. 100%.
No, but I know Rally is a track you are quite confident on.
Yes.
So I'm guessing this is one of the two.
Yes.
I've seen you race around here and you do challenge for the top positions very regularly. But then I have Lleyzi as well. He's normally up at the front. So, like I say, I am just expecting a really tight, close battle. Not putting any pressure on you. You've already got all the pressure on yourselves, from yourselves. I'm just quite excited. There we go. I finally managed to work out how to fucking work on YouTube again for a second. Sorry.
Taga, just before start, let me leave the party because it take a connection and I don't want bug.
Yeah. Okay.
And, yeah, that's so yeah, if you want to back out when you see the countdown time and Lleyzi and that, when you know Tag is then going. Tag will back into game chat. Yeah, good luck to you both. Massive, massive good luck to you both. Like I say, I just want you both to be able to come away proud and not feeling too bad if either one of you come out on top, so you're happy with your own performance, basically. That's what we go for.
Yep.
Because you're both good competitors.
Muting my mic.
You go.
I'm going into game chat now.
Catch you in a while, Tagger, mate.
Alright. Thank you for commentating.
Hey,
And
honestly, thanks for asking me, man.
I will see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you on the flip side. Alright. Hello, everybody. We've got Alex, my man Alex. We've got me now. Tagger is about to play. Sweet Alex, I'll be down for that. Silver will keep me fully informed of the time and stuff, so I'll be able to do that. And Tunsa, my boy, how you going, mate? So the guys, they are going into rally. As Tagger did say, this is one of the tracks out of the two. He is hoping to be able to do some damage on, take the points, take the wins away from Lleyzi and make it a little bit harder then for Lleyzi to be able to pull it back. But knowing both races, I do expect quite a tight affair. Lleyzi has been very consistent over the time I've known him, but Tagger has been picking up his speed very well. Lleyzi nice and tight through that corner, clipping a nice bit of curb up the hill. Tagger carrying a bit more speed over the ramp and swings back into first place. Oh, that was quite a nice camera for that bit. I wish I'd have stayed with it just for a second longer. Which is the other. Hello Randos, mate. It's first time I believe you've been in my chat, so there is moderator shit for you. As Tagger has pulled away about a second's lead, just over maybe. Nice and safe from Lleyzi, and that has closed the gap a little bit. Maybe that hill does not give you the speed boost that I think. And hello, official. Yeah, I'm actually really well, Tuncer. And I hope your tiredness has not affected your mood too significantly. Very well avoided of my nightmare obstacle. That is the worst obstacle in the whole game for me. Nicely clipping the curbs from Lleyzi, trying to get a little bit of that gap back to Tagger. Tagger entered wide and Lleyzi's gone in for the wall ride. Pulls it off cleanly and takes the lead away from Tagger. Really nice stuff there from Lleyzi. A very clean overtake. Tagger now just having to push on back through and try and regain that lost time to the wall ride. Tagger been very clean so far and did have a nice strong lead. Tagger swinging left past the jump, nice and smooth. Lleyzi, aggressive pull to the right. And both had to avoid the wider spinner there. Little tiny slide from Tagger has allowed Lleyzi just to pull away a little bit, but Tagger getting a bit more curve. Nicely round the corner, very, very close to getting the rocks there. Yeah, if I understand what you mean, this is Tagger that we're on and Lleyzi is in orange. Oh, big power slide there from Tagger, getting himself round the corner, but it seems to have gotten a little kick. And he has closed up the gap a little bit there. Nice, tidy round that banked curve from Tag into the wall. This is going to be close, and Lleyzi just stealing it from under the feet of Tagger. That was incredible. Both racers putting on an incredible show there. That was fantastic stuff. Absolutely. That was so close. Let's have a look at that time. Less than 0.1 of a second between the two. Incredible. I believe it to be 0.051. Yeah. No. 49. 0.49 between the two. At the close of rally. Tagger, like I did say before, these drivers will just be hoping to be able to race as clean to their own skill level as possible. Then that way there's no way there can be too many sour grapes. But that, yeah, Jesus Christ, Tagger saying that he should have gone for the wall ride. Maybe he should have, but at the same time, Tagger, don't be. You played it safe and you lost out by 0.049, man. Toit is a toiger. I should have built it up a little better and done it then. It was a prime opportunity to use my phrase. Tagger did initially extend the time just so he could have a little look at the YouTube chats. And we are onto City. I believe. And hello, Snail Man. How you doing, JJ? And Shiftless, my dude, gonna do a little sign-in chat for you there, Andy. Little dab, make you comfortable. As Lleyzi has, but the good landing in the tube from Tag has allowed Tagger to pull away. Nice, very clean little slide, and that allowed Lleyzi to carry a bit more speed in and through the corner. Hard off the fence from both, getting it between the tube and the barrier. Now, Lleyzi has said in our chat that his control is slightly faulty and he really does not want the horn all the time. Oh, unlucky there, Tagger had to do it. Little straight to catch the car, but that will not have lost too much time there. Nice and tidy through the corners, just a little millisecond loss of traction there. Lleyzi enters the tube. Can I get this camera a little further away from the car? I can. Lleyzi looked like he got a very low tube entrance there, and Tagger lost a touch more ground. That line just below the middle line, keeping the revs high in the air with a feathering of the throttle, straightening up for the jump. You can see Lleyzi ahead. Now this is where we should see a curb booster too, really. No. Now we know that Lleyzi is pretty proficient on the brake boost, and that will be maybe why Lleyzi was able to pull away a little bit into the tube, but Tagger with a better boost line able to close up slightly. Tidy around the corners as well, carried a lot of speed. Going in for the brake boost. My control just died, sorry, 1 second, not sure why it died. Got full power as you can see there. Again, nice and tidy, and Lleyzi overshot to the right. Now that has given Tagger a good lead, and Tagger wisely playing it safe. He's got a lot of time to play with, and this now could bring it back to 1-1 with a clean drive from Tag. Having to feather the throttle heavily to avoid the barrier there. Oh, Tagger playing it a little bit risky there, getting on the curb, but using the curb to bring the car back into line. Now, it's popping up that there's messages coming through that they're being deleted instantly, so I think they're bots. But Tagger with a nice line through the tube. You can barely see the adjustment of the car as he tries to keep it as straight as possible. And we are going to swap over after the end and the completion of this lap to Lleyzi. Lleyzi with the 2:15.164 on the first lap. I only finally hit a 15.6 today. Tagger with a nice 2:18.203 as well. Only a few seconds off, well, 2.5 seconds off my PB. I do imagine, realistically, it's looked quite clean from Tag. We will see some improvement. Straighten the car up nicely to avoid too much sliding down to the ground across the curves. We can see there, and he gets a new PB of a 2:13.266. Now we know the Rockstar services do sometimes play up, but there is some potential that is a PB. Not completely understating it. I'm not sure what Tag's PB is around here, but that is a good time. And Lleyzi this time with an exceptionally clean exit. And Tagger must have made a mistake. And again, I believe. Lleyzi now with the lead, and Tagaman, unlucky dude. That tube exit still catches a lot of drivers out. It's a very fast tube exit with a hard pull down to the right, and it just takes a little bit of misjudgment on the line. And unfortunately, with the respawn and where the checkpoint is, you lose 15 to 20 seconds. That is hugely unfortunate to Tag. And I have to say, feel for the young lad. Say young, he is 17 years old, he's a young man. But Lleyzi just sticking above the shadow line there. Really nice boost line. You can hear the high engine revs and the heavy honk on the horn from Lleyzi's slightly malfunctioning control. Or, as I've previously stated, it could be a slight secret of the top drivers that they use the horn as an air brake. You just never know. Heading round, final left. We'll shift over to Tag. Lleyzi, wonderfully well played sportsmanship there, slows up before the end. Maybe realising it's not PB, so it's not worth DNFing. Tagger playing it a bit rough. And Landon treating his GTO a little bit like a pogo stick, but bap. Tagger through the tube for the last time, bit aggressive, hung up slightly on the steps as Lleyzi crossed the line. That does bring it to 2-0 to Lleyzi. Tagger catching a lovely bit of flair there, nice front flip, just slightly catching the right back end, but pulling it back and across the line. .213.266 from Tagger was the best lap. But 7:37.309 was enough the total time to take the race. Now, my crew playlist is about to start. I'm going to carry on with the commentary, obviously, but I will be joining that afterwards. I believe Jack is streaming it. We are on to Gauntlet. Even my chat's playing up slightly. There we go. Yep. Yeah, Tagger, if you can, do the playlist twice. But if you do want to take a break between, if that's down to you and Lleyzi, Foxtrot with good luck. Hello Jacob, my man. The score is 2-0 to Lleyzi at the moment. And yeah, Lleyzi, I did point that out. That your control's a bit broken at the moment as Tagger does miss the boost, but that is going to maybe get him down to the ground slightly earlier than higher on the ramp than Lleyzi. Lleyzi's D8 slightly pulled away from Tagger's, but nice and aggressive across the curbs. Tagger again chose to miss the boost there. Could be in the lead if he'd have caught both of them. Swings across to the right, nice and early, gets it. Gets the car around the corner very tidy from Tagger, and he short the gap a bit, but Lleyzi got some nice boosts off the platform, but Tagger with better tube boost to shorten the distance. Nice safe exit from Tagger, nice and controlled, but Lleyzi went aggressive, and that has brought Lleyzi a little bit of time to play with. Now just to tag it in the chat just in case he's not able to hear. Tagger letting off the throttle, it looked like Lleyzi did similar but has gone very long. Okay, nice and safe, just getting out of the tube to the end of the first lap. No point taking any big risks. Lleyzi, you can see, already on the ground through the checkpoint with about a 4-second lead maybe, so Lleyzi did get some form, slightly riskier tube exit. And hello Fluids, my man, how are you going? I have been slowly showing Fluids some of the lines and sending him some of the YouTube channels to learn the lines, because he's got I believe he's got some potential, and he'll be coming into the community over the next couple of weeks. So he's potentially a little name to watch out for. See Tagger this time catching the boost, still being nice and aggressive over the curves, but at the same time exceptionally controlled. Lleyzi has just been able to carry slight advantage gained through the tube exits so far. Tagger this time. That is nice, Tag. That is nice. Very well done, Tagger. Very nice, and that will hopefully have gained a little bit of time back. That was quite clean, just a little bit sideways on the exit, but you did not lose too much speed as you had your little slide, so you may, Lleyzi had just turned to the right, so just out of sight at the moment for Tagger. Yeah, Alex, you're right, it was a beautiful exit. He managed to just about get the car straightened up for the landing as well, and he knew he had to take a slight bigger risk on that exit. Taggart playing it again, just taking it. It's obviously maybe not a tube exit he's totally safe with, and we can see with where Lleyzi landed that Lleyzi is choosing the same exit. It's basically in the centre, about the same point. It's just obviously an exit that neither are confident with. But Lleyzi, it appears, has slightly expanded the lead, and we will swap to Lleyzi for the final lap. We'll let both drivers get through the tubes, get onto the track pieces, and that is when I'll go for my swap. Just there. But that was nice. Veloci with a good look to both of you. Veloci at the moment, it is 2-0 in this playlist to Lleyzi. And Lleyzi does have quite a strong lead at the moment. We saw a 2:55 to a 3:01. Some tags very low 01. And that goes to the 2:59. So did lose a little bit of time to Lleyzi still. This is a very tricky track, and it is one you need to put a lot of time into learning the tricky tube exits. We are going to sit with our man Lleyzi again. He is at the moment taking a little bit, other than these 1v1s here and there, taking a little bit more of a break from the competitive competition. So he's not using pros at the moment as his main crew tag. He's still a full-fledged member in his position, not being demoted. But that carries a lot of speed. Lleyzi handling it and carrying it very well, and staying nice and far away from both the front of the track and the midpoint. So there was no real worry that he was going to go off the track. Carried a lot of speed, and you could see that he hit that back middle line and then hard pulled to the right. Lleyzi, yeah, you can see, I did assume just from the positioning of where Lleyzi landed on the ramp, and I do believe that that horn is for us. Hello Lleyzi. Lleyzi clears the jump. We'll watch Lleyzi through the final tube, have a little look back for Tagger. There he is, you just saw him coming down the bottom of the ramp. We're not going to be able to turn the camera around quick enough to pull it round. See Tagger as Lleyzi hard pulls the car with the handbrake into the tube. The camera just struggling. Really nice tube exit there from Lleyzi, straight at the ground, and not getting hung up at all in the tube. Again, no need for the risk, and that is where we'll take the quick swap over. If you Aldo, his control is slightly broken, like one of the connectors in the left joystick, so it honks his horn whenever he adds any sort of input into it, really. But that does bring it and wrap this playlist up for Lleyzi. Tagger did not do himself, in my opinion, any disservice, getting himself a 258.680 to 255.802 from Lleyzi. Both nice lap times. Lleyzi with GG, Tagger in chat, appreciating the battle between the two. Tagger maybe just a little unhappy, couldn't push a little bit harder. But like I say, I'd be able to go away. Yeah, I did say, Tag, that I'm not sure that was your favourite. It's two very tricky tube exits back to back, and unless you put a lot of time into learning the tracks and that tube exit specifically, you're not going to have the confidence necessarily to do it in. And no, Lleyzi, it's really not an issue, my dude. There we go, Lleyzi asking if they restart directly after this. We are on to downtown loop. Tagger readjusted to go for it, and I think they both got the checkpoint, so it's just going to be a respawn. Lleyzi missed it, and that has given Tagger a nice strong lead. Now where is Lleyzi? Just coming up the hill. We'll sit with Tagger for until the loop skip, the big loops that is. Then we'll flick back to Lleyzi, watch a lap and a bit out with Lleyzi, and then if positions are the same, we'll give Tag the last lap. Tagger just clipping on the wall for the ramp skip. It looked like Lleyzi did maybe pull it off. We couldn't see because of the camera switch. But we will now just stay with Tagger through the completion of the lap, because we can see hopefully a bit of Lleyzi's car. Nice and tidy, just catching a little bit of the loop as Lleyzi goes round the vertical wall. Nice, tidy through the corner, getting across the curves, keeping them engine revs really nice and high. You can see the way these drivers maintain the high revs as Tagger goes for and gets a beautiful ramp skip there. Tag again, very nice, and that will allow you to hopefully rein in just a little bit of the damage, and then to potentially be able to capitalise on any mistakes from Lleyzi. And Lleyzi has had to respawn and is just the one checkpoint ahead. Tag using a good amount of thought there. He had the speed to close the gap up, so there was no point taking the risk on the loop skip. It is causing both drivers a little bit of problems. Tagger did just have to pull to the right slightly as he felt he was maybe going too hard to the left, but wonderfully well controlled. Lleyzi is in the Krieger. Lord, both with an incredibly nice, almost synchronised, not too far apart, loop skip. Fantastic stuff. Lleyzi taking the line first, and Tagger very swiftly adjusting to follow to maintain the distance he's caught up. Very unlucky from Tagger, but he's not gone off. He's not going to have to respawn. He will make it round the loop. The car has the power to get round. Very unfortunate, I feel, for Tagger there. He was doing a great job catching up and keeping them as Lleyzi pressured for a mistake. It's sometimes hard to judge an angle of approach properly under the pressure, as we see Tagger line up again. And he goes with the double flip this time. Tag, mate. Really nice flare there. Very nice. And you're on for a lap now. We are gonna, as I say, Well, I think we might as well stay with Tagger throughout this now, as Lleyzi has taken the playlist. Lleyzi did miss the loop skip again this time, and that has closed the gap up, allowing us to get the action. Glad that didn't give us that little momentary of black screen, as it just swapped anyway. I don't know why it did. We are going to go back to Tag. My control does sometimes change on its own, as Tag it has this time gone aggressively left, but he's let off the throttle enough. Oh, I thought he was just going to be able to pull it around. I really thought he had just enough there, but the car bounced slightly awkwardly. Still goes across the ramp skip, and I'm surprised that the car had managed to pick up the momentum to pull it off. Lleyzi struggled with it, and Tag has taken the lead on the final big risky cut. Because this cut is really one that we all pick up quite early. It's just hard to get it perfect, but it's an easy one to learn and to get the basics of what sort of stuff to keep your eyes open for as you're entering into the scene. I'm not sure what this lag issue is here. Tagger's car has just stopped dead. We're really not sure what happened there. And again, Lleyzi trying to make sure that Tag had the chance to go into first there, but something's going on with Tag. Bloody controller dies. Fuck. Lleyzi has wonderfully again showing that sportsmanship to give Tagger the win that he'd earned. Didn't play dirty. He did keep the win for Tag. Unlucky there, Tagger, mate. It looked like you're on for quite a good lap. It had been nice and clean. Lleyzi with the 149.866 to the 150.210. So really, not a lot between the two. Best lap times, less than 0.4. Tagger saying GG, thanks for the win. Just showing the respect back for Lleyzi not stealing away the win there. And we see Lleyzi on the restart button, and Tag also. Yep, first playlist Tag pointing out has gone to Lleyzi. Now, there has been a couple of slight changes to the groups of the Champions League, and there are going to be some of the first round matches replayed with different opponents. Myself, let me go from Group 2. So Obi-Wan did not get in touch, so he is unfortunately, his place has been given up and forfeited from the competition, and that will be Fern from Group 11 stepping into that spot. He will be facing off against Tex, as Tex and his first round match, scrapping Fern's win against me unfortunately for Group 11, and then he will be going up against Jacob. I'm Tex, will face Fern and Maxine Weed at some point this week. Group 6, Drip has had to pull out, so that means Sick Nasty will be going into his group. Sick will be giving up his points, and Tagger also has agreed to give up his, and we will be having Sick versus Tagger as the first round match to replace that Drip versus Tag match. And again, apologies to Tagger for that, and to Sick and Fern. I go into what is now, it's just as tough a group. I've not got it any easier. I am in with Shiftless, Mobbin and Esco in Group 9, and I have replaced, unfortunately, mugging you, or muting you, who again has not been in touch with Shiftless about his match this week, so has had to forfeit the place in the competition. So they are the changes that have had to happen. Group 11 has been condensed down because Fluky Hell pulled out as well, so there was only 3 of us left in that group, and we've replaced the 3 dropped out members in the other groups. Hope that all makes sense. I have put in the message in the Champions League group, and I will be facing Shiftless at around 10:30 for my 1v1 with Jack commentating that. You see that nice tight line again from Lleyzi, but we can see where Tag is able to get that little extra bit of speed, but Lleyzi was able to carry more speed up the ramp this time and is going aggressive and hard. But very nice aggressive corner there from Tag has pulled him right up the side, Lleyzi, and that was wonderfully well controlled there from Tag as he pulls ahead. Both going left, Lleyzi getting slightly higher on the hill. It maintains the speed nicely. A little extra bump for Lleyzi there, gets a slight extra bit of speed. Lleyzi staying nice and straight. Now we'll see whether that does gain any time. It looks like Tagger pulled away ever so slightly. Tagger does have a good line down that hill. Tag getting a little clipper curb on the exit, but Lleyzi straight and true toward horrible nightmare spinner prop. And Tag again able to carry a bit more speed through the corner. Lleyzi getting up on 2 wheels and hung up on the curb. Could not pull the car around after going on 2 wheels and across the bumpy path. Now Tag, you can see with the lead, playing it wisely and well safe. Sorry, stumbling over my words as Lleyzi heads into it. Oh, it just butts up slightly. A nice double roll on exit that catches the car. Not a nice double roll because it's not in the air, but able to catch it on the track. Didn't have to reset, didn't need the respawn, had caught the checkpoints nicely with a nice wall ride. And there we swapped to Tagger as it looked like he just swung wide, a little bit too wide on the little jump skip there, but with a nice lead up at the front. We're going to watch Tag. In the last dirt area we saw, he had very clean lines, gained quite a lot of time on Lleyzi through the final section. So we're going to see that nice line from Tagger here. Maybe some of us will find bits of it we can use in our own runs to improve our own times. Oh, a little clip on the hill there caused the car to spin out, but he caught it very well. Just pulled the car around very quick and carried on going. Bit wide into the corner, avoids the tyre barrier and uses the metal rail to pull the car around into the angle he needs it to be. Heavy on the brakes there, onto the curve, banked, a little slide, trying to get the car around a little bit quicker. But still, Tag able to take rally in this playlist. Tagger takes a lead in this playlist, 1-0 so far. I believe the playlist will go in the same order, so it'll be Inner City, followed by Gauntlet, and Downtown Loop. It was a little bit more of a mess, but I'd say you both had a better start, if that makes any sense, Tagger, and then it just went a little bit messy from there, but mistakes do happen. We do understand that. But the 3:17 does show that Tag was 7 seconds off the lap time from the previous race, so just saying in the chat that it was a bit bad for both of them. I wouldn't go as far as saying awful. Tag's time still better than my best time on this. Tagger agreeing with me that, yeah, it was a good start, better than his PBs. Yeah, I felt that you'd both got quite a good flying start by the time you'd taken that first jump and then down the hill. It all looked very clean to that point. You were very tidy around that first sharp turn on the dirt. That was very good, Tag. If you can stitch that in, you should improve your lap time by a second or so, I imagine. Appreciating the little compliment there. It is something I do pride myself on. I'm able to take my slappings on the track, but it allows me to have a little bit more flexibility with the critical eye, but then I'm also very honest with the parts of people's driving that I appreciate, and I'll point that out wholeheartedly. Both drivers could have stitched that beginning together, we would have been on for an incredible end. But we are, again, onto In the City. Again, I will point out, Tagger did just take rally. Nice little football horns from both. With Lleyzi. Lleyzi in the orange, hard stand livery. Tagger, nice, I believe it's nice white. Then Tag early on the boost line, able to maintain a little bit of a lead over Lleyzi. Good aggressive exits from both. Lleyzi catching just a little bit of the left nose of the car, but avoided any big bricks. Oh, and how Tag get hung up like that? He actually got hung up on top of the barrier. I've not quite seen the car spaff out that much. Hopefully it was just a bit of lag and he did just end up in the usual positioning. That would cost a little bit of time. Unfortunate there, mate. Very unfortunate, Tag. Again, I find that Tag. Aldo letting it clear that he's a nice clean tube exit there. That was really close to the edge there. Very clean from Tag, just a little catch of the back end of the car, but handled really well. But as I was just about to say, Aldo just letting it known that he's a touch nervous about going up against Tom. Doesn't feel he's been at his most consistent lately. And that he'd be happy to finish every race without screwing up once, regardless of his position. So, inclinating that he's in it a little bit for the competition and that, but just looking to make himself slightly proud, not make too many mistakes, and then he can just cope with whatever rockstar bullshit is thrown at him. But Aldo, I can tell you this much, very honestly, from being in the parties with Tom, and he won't mind me saying this, Tag just clicked the lamp post, and it did fling him into the telegraph pole, and that has cost him a bit more time there, but we are going to stick with Tag through the tube exit. We did see on the last race that Lleyzi did and does maybe have a propensity to maybe mess it up. As I have pointed out, is a high-speed tube exit, high risk. You try and line up on the middle line on the left side on the wall, and then pull down quite sharply to the right, get yourself to the ground as quick as possible, maintaining as much as your speed. Very clean entry, just rubbing across the tube slightly, but avoiding the fence completely. Really nice there from Tag, and I believe he has closed the distance on Lleyzi after missing the ramp skip on the first lap. Lleyzi just swinging back to the left through this tube. Little bit high from Tag, and not quite able to pull the car down, maybe with the damage affecting its ability to handle the bumps through the tubes, but at the same time maybe the slight stancing of the car as with some of the older cars like the Shafter and such, they get better boost when they're slightly damaged, but have to see whether that's the case. Tagger close to the metal line. It looks like he's been able to maintain distance. But yeah, as I was saying, Aldo, I can tell you from being in the parties with Con, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying, he did say it in the Champions League chat, that he is feeling very much the same as himself. Tom doubts his own consistency a little bit at the moment, doesn't feel he's been racing to his best. And he knows that you are a very, very fast driver, so he knows that if he's not at his best, he's in for a, well, even at his best, he'd be in for a bit of a sweat. And we see a 213.499 from Tag. I believe that is a slight improvement, or I think it might have been a 0.3, I'm not sure on the last one, so that may be a Rockstar bug there. But again, it could be, oh, Tag tried to go a little bit too aggressive on that tube exit, pulling very sharply down to the right, and he ended up just catching round on the lip of the exit. That's caused him to respawn. That is going to allow Lleyzi to take the lead. A stronger lead, sorry. Nice and tidy through the small tube. Not too much heavy correction. Extremely tidy over the curves from Lleyzi. Now, I will refer to Lleyzi as an exceptionally gifted pilot. Being from France, it is the term that they use for drivers, racers, is pilot. I'll give Lleyzi the respect to refer to him in his own terms. As long as he's nice and clean, he may well pull it back. So 1-all. We see the 214.969 from Lleyzi, and Tagger almost a second and a half quicker on his second lap PB. Lleyzi was able to play slightly safer, having a nice lead. Little bumps meaning he has to brake a bit heavier, making it round the corner really nice, and again slamming on the brakes, making sure Tagger's definitely got enough time to come across the line. It's what we really like to see. Lleyzi going across, we skip over. Again, just a little recap. Lleyzi did take the first place 3-1. And this playlist is 1-all at the moment. As Tagger coming across the line. And that is the tying point for Lleyzi. That is 1-all. Let's move in to the second half of this 4-track playlist. Tagger offering out the 2G to Lleyzi. Tying it back up. Lleyzi again offering it back. Now the playlist has played out the same as before. We have headed in to Gauntlet. Again, this is one of the tracks made of nightmares for myself, this. Rat on tube exit. Like I'm relatively comfortable now with the inner city one, having done that, and the GTO track. A bit more than the others. As you see them with a clean ramp skip. Lleyzi again has finished to pull away off the line. Not quite sure where the top drivers do get their extra little bit of boost from at the moment. I can see it, but I can't do it. If that makes any sense at all. Like, I'm hoping that Fluids can sort of see his progression point to me, my young student, and then he'll be able to progress from there and be where I'm at and see where you guys gain your advantages from. Tag getting nice thick boost again. In with a slightly safer tube exit first time round, a little bit high. And Lleyzi had gone quite low, and you can see Lleyzi hitting a second boost on the straight. And that may but it does mean that Tag has got quite a lot of work cut out for him now. Lleyzi out of sight in the tube. Tag nice and clean, getting onto that lovely little boost line, not losing contact with the tube as I sometimes do after the boost. Super clean on the loop. You could hear the engine revs staying nice and high. Sorry, I just had to answer a message to a family member then. The Tag has gone very long on the jump, landing on the actual flat bit of the track with an ever so slight bit of bricking, but maintained his revs. He's picking up the speed nicely again. Lleyzi, it looked like, had to do a respawn there at the bottom of the tube, maybe going into the airport, but is back up to the speed. Oh, but Tag back on the track. Oh, beast. Right, we will. Tag, I understand. Right, you get into your drive, dude. I'm going to go apply a little bit of that YouTube pressure to Lleyzi. Lleyzi cleanly through the ramp skip there to the lower portion, the gauntlet, for start climbing back up to start. Tidy around the corners, getting two wheels over the curbs on each side of the track to make the track as wide as possible. 4 wheels this time, 2 wheels before the corner. You can see the way these drivers do it, and then he'll get as much of the car over as possible after the gap in the fence. Very cleanly done from Lleyzi. Knows this track very well, and I imagine we are going to see Lleyzi go for it. And he has. Look at that. That is straight and true. An exceptionally clean exit there from Lleyzi. Maybe a little bit higher than he'd like on a perfect hot lapping run, but very clean. And it will mean Tagger has got his work cut out for him. Tagger is going to have to be exceptionally clean, and he may have to take the risk on the second tube. I have been told by Jack that on a few of the tube exits in racing situations he does let off the throttle slightly, and Lleyzi has gone with a riskier tube exit, and he's going to miss the track. He just clips it with the front of his nose, but just braking a little bit too heavily, losing the momentum, and that is going to have allowed Tagger to close right back up to him. He is coming through the tube behind Lleyzi. Lleyzi with a lovely clean tube exit this time, getting nice and low, carrying a nice amount of speed and catching it through the air. But yeah, Aldo Jack has said that he does let off in certain situations, but when he's in a 1v1 and stuff like that, he does go full speed. And it is really, if you can get your head around doing it at full speed early, you're going to get yourself into a better position as you crank up through your talent levels, if that makes any sense. It will make it easier to carry the speed quicker. Nice, lovely tube exit again there from Lleyzi. No mistakes. If there was any last time, I wasn't quite sure. It did look like his dot disappeared. Lleyzi avoiding the ramp skip with Tagger not far behind. Now, as Lleyzi crosses the line, we will, as he gets a brake boost, and he just clips the tyre wall with the back end of his car, but it didn't do any damage to his speed. We go back to Tagger. Tagger pushing nice and hard now. We've seen 253.918 though from Lleyzi. And unfortunately, hello Tagger mate, how you doing lad? Do want to give you a little bit of screen time if you don't mind, and we'll see with Lleyzi taking the high risk exits, there is the potential for a mistake. Again, not wishing it upon, just pointing this out, and I'm hoping that there is no curse of the commentator. But yeah, Aldo, in a normal racing lobby, I'd suggest that yeah, you can let off and stuff like that, and you'd only lose 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 of a second on letting off, really, so it's not a big loss. And certainly while you're learning the lines, it makes it slightly easier to control the car. And we have seen a mistake from Lleyzi, and we have maybe seen a little bit of a curse the commentator as now Tagger with the bit between his teeth, you can see, pushing nice and aggressive through the corners, exceptionally clean and carrying a lot of speed into the tube. Getting onto the boost line nice and early, just a little lift off of the back wheels off the tube as he hits the boost. Again, a nice clean loop. Lleyzi straightened up behind him. You can see Lleyzi on the map. Looks like he's just doing his loop portion. Tag with a nice straight clean exit, playing it nice and safe. He's got the lead, and he left it. Lleyzi pulls off one of the cleanest exits I've ever seen, and without any mistakes from Tag. This could take it to 2-1 to Tagapiou. Lleyzi did get an incredibly nice lap time of 53. Tag able to be nice, clean and consistent, more losing less time, should I say, unless he gets any nasty bullshittery around this corner. No, nice and clean, wisely avoiding the ramp skip. And Tag is going to bring this playlist to 2-1. Lleyzi, Tyrese did take the first playlist, and Tag has definitely secured himself a draw, and he's got the chance to win himself 3 points. Tag did take the win on the last track. I know it looked a little bit dodgy. Lleyzi with a no, what the fuck? His car slid in the first tube. Yeah, my car's done that a few times, Lleyzi, and it sends me spinning out of the exit, usually to the left quite severely. But that is a very nice lap time, but as I did point out, Tagger just able to lose slightly less time. Didn't want equality from Lleyzi. I think the translation slightly struggled with that one, but maybe didn't want favouritism or something. Yep. Oh. Tagger means second, not send exing. Playlist is 2-1 to me, but Tagger, as I did state, has now secured himself a definite point, and Lleyzi has to secure the win to level it up. Tagger, in a slightly stronger position, may be able to take 3 points. This was the race that Tagger took on the first playlist. Again, just pointing out, it did look like Lleyzi had passed him, but that Tagger's control did die in that final sweeping right, and Lleyzi very graciously held the position for him and gave it him back once Tagger was back in game. But we see Lleyzi in the Krieger with a very strong start was pulled a little bit of distance away from Tag in the Emirates. Now we can see it looked like Tagger was going to line up to follow Lleyzi should Lleyzi go for it, but with Lleyzi avoiding it, Tagger takes the wise choice in playing it safe. Very well played and following the line that Lleyzi took there. And the Emirates, with the speed it carries through the corners, but that's gone long. Get down low, pull right, Tag, thank God this time, mate. I'm so glad for you there. Would not have liked to see Deja Vu. Oh, just got hung up, I believe, on the wall. Yeah, you can see that the car did just lag to the left. So on our screen, it looked like it was going to be clean. That is unfortunate. It did on my screen honestly look clean, and then it just lagged back to the left slightly and showed us the impact. Feel for my mate Tagger there. He is a good, decent lad. I have too many problems with him. Well, none myself really. Pass on through to the big bank right. Again, Tagger has had that clean every time we've been on him. First time he did it with a single flip. Every other time since, it's been a lovely, aesthetically pleasing double flip. Now, I imagine Lleyzi may play this slightly safer than he did on the first one, trying to pull the playlist back to level, leaving Tagger with the work to do. Tagger just missed the boost there, costing himself a couple of tenths, hundredths of a second, pulling wide round that boost as you're supposed to do. You carry more speed avoiding it if you've got the loop line right and you clip enough curb. See, Tag again. It again did look quite clean, but he just bricked out on the meeting point where the car was meeting the track. It just bricked out on the bottom of the car, and it caused him to lose a little bit of time. After the loop skip tag, that's when I'm going to swap, mate. And we're going to apply a little bit of pressure to Lleyzi. See if he puts on a little display for us. Nice and clean there from tag. No bricking on the bottom of the hill, or slanted blue track piece. As Lleyzi's already into the third lap. We're seeing a 1:41.290 from Lleyzi. Exceptionally nice lap time, certainly if it's cut free. See Lleyzi, nice and clean, up through the loop, just missing the orange wall and again, barely brushing past the boost. Maintaining car's own speed, bricking out slightly on the landing but pulling the car around very quickly. We saw a 1:56.282 on that lap from Tagger, but I believe without any mistakes we could be on for an even better lap time. Nice ramp skip and a little fucking rail ride there, turning into a little French Tony Hawk. And his Krieger is Lleyzi. Do we know any French skateboarders in my chat? There's Lleyzi pulling off a sick rail grind there. Then a little bit closer to the edge than I'd be comfortable with, but handled it really nice. Lleyzi lined up for it, completely missed it. Unfortunate there, Lleyzi, that'd be a big nope. With a bit of a troll face, I imagine, if you were editing that. Lleyzi just letting the car play around a little bit, kicking out and stuff, letting Tagger close the gap now. The car going to swap on to Tag. That will bring this playlist to 2-all. That does mean that Lleyzi moves on to 10 points in the group. Tagger, with unfortunately the points from Drip being reset, or with Sick, it may be the case that Sick and him stay on 6 points each and we go from there, but it will be so he's level on points, but he either moves on to 1 or 7 points. But that does keep him in second place for now, while we figure out what's going on with the points in that group. Lleyzi, clear lead at the top with 10 points. 4 points from the 2 playlists. Tagger managing to secure the draw in the second, not letting the slight disappointment of losing the first playlist get to him. I managed to tie this one up. Fantastic play there from both drivers. Yep, that is right, Tagger. I've written it down on my little notebook. Fantastic, in my opinion. Like, I would not be able to do any better. Tag did just miss the Y there at the on Lleyzi, but there wasn't enough space with the 15 character limit. Tag, mate, I heard you just pop back into the party. How are you feeling?
Hello.
Hello, mate. That was for me, like, if I was you, I'd be quite pleased with myself. I know there was a couple of mistakes you maybe not too happy with, but you showed yourself up in a very good light there, really. You did some nice skips. You handled really nice speed in certain places, and like you say, you could have potentially been on for a really nice lap time, certainly on rally there.
Yeah,
because that speed rally you two carried at the first quarter, 3/4 of or half the track was silly from both of you, really, until the right turn from Lleyzi where he finally lost a bit of speed.
Yeah, and then I happened to spin out three times after that as well. But no, the gauntlet, the start of gauntlet, I was actually catching up to as well.
Yeah,
which is quite interesting.
You seem to have the better line. Yeah, you seem to have the better boost line in the tube, but then he was more proficient on the
In the city, both times my lap time was a whole second quicker than his. So I reckon if I had in the city consistent, that would have been. I reckon I could have had the win. It's just the first tube exit. When I muck it up once, I muck it up like 3 times in a row. I think you saw that on stream.
Yeah. Now, I did mention slightly on stream about the Sick moving into your group to replace Drip and stuff, and how we are going to have a slight discussion between you and Sick about whether you two just want to be on 6 points each, or whether you're going to replay your Drip match and he plays his fluky match, with that being the 2 people that dropped out, if that makes any sense. So it's just up to you two. Yeah.
What he wants to say.
But you can either both just take that match as a win because you both beat your opponents for that round, but it'll make it quite tight at the top. So it could be a really interesting group should that be the case. So I'm quite happy for either scenario, if that makes any sense. I'll happily commentate on UV Sick at some point this week, or I'm happy for the group to be tight as a tiger going into next week's round.
I think personally I'd probably like to do the 1v1.
Yeah.
Sick. Starting on 0 points.
Yeah. That sounds like see how it goes. So you're up for the challenge of going up against Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I do know about you, Tagger, is you're a couple of levels at the moment above me still, but you're not quite at the very top yet, so you're willing to go up against these people to try and pick up the lines a little bit and stuff like that, and you want the challenge of racing against top opponents.
Yep.
Yep. So it's like I say, if I was you, I'd maybe be a little bit disappointed with the couple of mistakes I did make, but overall I'd be quite pleased with myself that I handled the pressure. After losing the first playlist as well, you came back and managed to tie the second one up, so that as well shows a good amount of steel and stuff going forward as you pick your speed up a bit more. It shows you're not going to get too disheartened.
With that last double, is it double loop or downtown loop?
Yep.
Downtown loop, isn't it?
Downtown loop, yep.
I don't even know. I don't care.
I don't know between the two either. It's the BD track.
I knew if I lost that race, it would end up being a draw for that playlist, so I still get 1 point.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to win it because that would have been the that would have made it for 3-all.
Yeah, that would have got you 3 points each.
Should have been quite nice. Oh, that didn't happen, did it?
No, unfortunately not. But again, like I do keep pointing out, I'm proud of you myself, man. I sit in the parties with you almost every day.
Yeah.
I do think that you've shown, not maybe to the very best of your ability, but in a couple of races you did. But you put on yourself with the pressure, with the commentary, a very good display in.
I think the best
people will be able to see your potential. Was that an actual PB on in the city as well?
No.
No, I did. That was what I said. I wasn't sure with the Rockstar glitch, and I did think you'd maybe got better time
My
before.
best ones, I think it's a 13.1.
Yeah.
And on the Heroes Saved, it's a 13.4.
But it means you got really close to. You're getting really consistent to that time now, and you'll hopefully break through that soon. That
first tube exit in that little gap, you have to go through. It's getting that consistent.
Yeah. And you'll get there.
I was quicker than him every single lap, apart from the ones I messed up.
Yeah. No, that was a track you had the speed on him on.
Yeah. It was in the city and rally I was hoping I could get the wins on. And then I knew Gauntlet, I was lost cause on that. I knew that because I just don't know how to do the tube exit. The second one mainly.
Yeah.
And what's the other race? Downtown loop, I barely practiced that ever.
Your second tube exit it wasn't just me that said it. Heredia came into chat and said it was a beautifully low second tube exit you did on for the first tube exit. If that makes any sense on your second go round.
Oh yeah.
Where you literally met the track almost like you had like a metre to spare.
Yeah.
And
I was proud of that.
Yeah, you should be. Like that was caught on camera and I commentated it nicely.
And what I was most chuffed about the whole thing was that first rally race. That was something.
That was so close at the end. That was
he was ahead.
tight, man.
Then the little rally pedigree got in, didn't it?
Yeah,
and I managed to catch him
at
up
the
on
end.
those
That
corners.
was why I made sure to swap over to you before the end of the last bit, so we could watch your line through there.
I didn't. On the last corner, I think I messed up the line a little bit, and he managed to get ahead of me.
Well, it does seem to be that you get a little bit of a kick off the barrier where he hit it, and that was where he then was able to gain the time back again, where you'd got the speed on him. So maybe that's worth picking up, just to rail ride a little sooner on that rail.
I mean, I kind of just chucked myself into that corner at the end.
That was so tight. That was such a good battle. I think that is the closest rally race we've had on the 1v1 so far.
I hope so.
Or maybe Nacho and Jack, but you're right up there in top two.
Yeah. I was first for most of that race. I should have just gone for the wall ride. So I was first by like about a second. He went for the wall ride, which then got him into first, just ahead of me.
Yeah.
And it was like that for most of the race.
And if at any point you do want to use any of the stream clips for highlights and that, you're more than welcome to. Tag, it's the same offer to everybody, that the stream is more of a community thing, and I enjoy the commentary, so it's not theft if I give you permission to take it. And Lleyzi won't mind at all. Lleyzi's done a little highlights reel from the last tournament and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Tag, mate, I think we're gonna sign the stream off, and we're gonna rejoin the other party and try and get into our crew playlist, I believe.
Yeah, it's full of players at the moment, which is quite sad.
That's a little bit of a shame, but no worries. The crew's getting nice and popular, which is good to see.
Yeah, 40 plus members now.
Yeah, I think we're up to 50. I think we've hit the big 5-0. Yeah, we've had some surprising new members over the weekend as well. It's like, I don't know if Esco's fully announced it yet, but it's in our chats, and he's now rocking the pros tag. It was on stream in the 1v1 yesterday, so it is announced. We do have See My Build. We also have Arwin, Lichtenstein, and
Dream Team's being built now.
We also, earlier on, were approached by the legendary Speed Demon.
Oh, yes.
So, pros is on the rise. This isn't me underselling. I fully respect Ride and Goat. I want the best for them, but pros is my home, so I am very happy to see it growing at the same time.
Let's see if anyone's said to me in the stream chat quick.
Yeah, we'll have a look through the stream chat. Snail with a nice GG's.
Yes, thank you for watching, everyone, by the way.
Lleyzi's just having a little wonder, but we've just had a conversation about that, so hopefully...
Yeah, Lleyzi, the points aren't saving for me and Drip, so I'm going to have to replay the round with Sick Nasty.
Yeah, and Sick is maybe, a touch better than Drip. No offence.
Yeah. I agree.
So, slightly tougher opposition for you there, but very fair, very well played in accepting it graciously. And again, I do apologise that we've had to mix things up a little bit during the competition with the dropouts we've had, and with some of the groups being down to 3 players. It seemed to be the best way, and we were able to get it back down to an even number of groups, which makes it easier then to go on to the next round. But something we are considering doing among the third place players tag, so you might have some interest in this, is like a Europa League style, which is like the players that get knocked out in third place.
Okay.
So they then go off to face each other in their own little 1v1 thing. And again, if I am free, I'd quite happily commentate them matches too.
Yep, okay.
And again, it will be first come, first serve. So if the Europa League guys come to me for a time slot first, they will get over the Champions League and such.
Yeah.
Because it's, just first come, first serve on the commentary. It's the fairest way to do it. But again, Tag and Lleyzi, massive thank yous for asking me. Tag, well done on holding your nerves and getting yourself a draw from the second playlist after Lleyzi did manage to secure the 3 points from the first, giving Lleyzi 4, but you did manage to snatch 2 points away on the second one. So big round of applause for that.
quite short notice as well.
No, honestly, man, it is honestly my privilege. I'm on this game a lot anyway. It gives me something else to take from it and enjoy and do within the game. So I do just thoroughly respect all of you guys coming to both me and Jack asking us to do it. I am looking a little foxy, Aldo. She's a sexy little fox, or vixen, sorry. Sexy is the wrong word. I'm not really attracted to computer game characters myself. But she is a vixen. But that will be the end of the stream for now. I will be facing off against Shiftless at around 10:30 for my first round match and his first round match now, because my 0 points are scrapped, but I'm against, for me, it's just as formidable, really. I've got Shiftless now to go up against for my first round, and then I'll be moving on to Esco and then Mobbing. So I'm about to get screwed 3 weeks in a row, basically. But I'm looking forward to it. I am. Jack will be commentating that, I believe. So it will be streamed and stuff on his channel, so tune in for that. And Tag, would you like to say, before you say anything else, do head over to Tagapiou Plays. His name is in the chat. Do head over and give him a like and a sub. Tag, you have mentioned recently that you are looking at bringing the car meets back quite soon.
Yeah, I do want to bring it back. Start the summer holidays.
Yeah, you just needed to find the time and stuff, because you've been a bit busier with work recently and that.
Yep.
So they will be coming back, to keep your eyes open for them. I will be attending them myself as well.
Yeah, because I don't think you've ever actually attended any of them.
I was at one, but it was my first one, so I was just there more as a spectator, just tagging around in the background.
Yeah, I remember now. I think you and Silver went. It wasn't a good meet, by the way.
It wasn't your fault. The servers were really bad for that 2-week period, so that's why you did lose a touch of the motivation, because of the disconnect issues we've been suffering over the past month.
Yeah, disconnecting.
So it is quite understandable. But it is something that will come back. So tag us car beats, and then also head over to Lleyzi for you and support. Send a little bit of support his way as well. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and I will catch you in the next stream. Good boy from me and Tagger, mate.
Bye.
There we go.